First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, Kentucky State Police are looking for a missing Floyd County man. Jordan Tackett was last seen around 3 weeks ago. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with troopers and family members about his disappearance.
This man, Jordan Tackett, was last seen in the Cow Creek area of Floyd County. He's 26 years old, 5'10", and his family members tell me they just want him to come home.
On Sunday, they were an active search on a couple of strip mines in the Stone Coal area.
Tackett was last seen around 3 weeks ago.
Troopers followed up on some leads in Cow Creek down on Kentucky Route 194 in Floyd County.
Trooper William Petrie with Kentucky State Police Post 9 says they are continuing to search, but ask for only serious tips.
We need the information from people that know something, not second and third hand information, because it causes a lot of time to be consumed.
Especially when moments mean the most.
We need to locate where the subject is at if he's in danger or something.
Family members are also hearing those heart-wrenching rumors.
I've heard so many rumors, so many places that he's been, that he's not, and it's just very devastating.
At 3 years old, Tackett's grandmother, Rita Scarberry, started raising him.
He's not only my grandson, excuse me, but he's like my own child.
She says it's not like him to cut off all communication, and she hopes he is brought home safe.
Whoever's got you, I will find you, because you are mentally disturbed and you need help.
Trooper Petrie tells me, just like in any other missing persons case, they are taking each tip seriously. In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, if you have any information on where Jordan Tackett might be, you can call Kentucky State Police Post 9 and leave an anonymous tip at 606-433-7711.
Well, it's been a little bit of a chilly day around the mountains, but we have something that we need to talk about first. It's this flash flood watch that you might be seeing on your screen right now. This is just for Whitley County. Now, I want to explain to you that we are not expecting any rain over the next few days. This is through Tuesday. It's because of a dam in the Little Spruce Creek drainage along Corneth Road near Woodbine. Could have a strong potential of breaking really over the next couple of hours into your Tuesday. So this is definitely something we are going to keep an eye on over the next couple of days. But once again, not going to expect any more rain. It's just due to the heavy rains that we just saw recently over the past week or so. You'll notice we're starting to clear out here on a satellite and radar, which is some good news, maybe some sunshine into our area, especially as we head into tomorrow. Pinpoint Doppler looking like a clean sweep, which is some good news. And the good news is we'll see that continue over the next couple of days. We're also going to see these cooler temperatures continue into the upper 20s to lower 30s. Most of us didn't even get above freezing today, and I think that could be the same story as we head into tomorrow, especially as we head into the overnight hours. We are going to see those temperatures drop even more. Sunny skies are in the forecast along with some rain chances. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a little bit.
Winter not through with us quite yet. Paige, thank you. A tornado devastated parts of Alabama yesterday. At least 23 people are dead in Lee County alone, including at least 3 children. It's being called the deadliest tornado since Moore, Oklahoma in 2013. The tornado was at least a half-mile wide when it touched down in Lee County, Alabama, shredding everything in its path, leaving homes and businesses as piles of rubble. People had an hour warning to find shelter before the massive tornado devastated the area. The National Weather Service says the tornado was an EF4 with winds around 170 miles per hour.
Our primary focus is assisting those who have lost their homes and certainly their loved ones, and concentrating on our search and rescue efforts.
Alabama was not the only state to see some dangerous storms. There were more than a dozen reports of tornadoes in Georgia. We'll have more on these deadly twisters coming up at 5:30. Family and friends gathered for the funeral of a Perry County man who was murdered last week. Deputies say Danny Mullins was shot multiple times. Loved ones shared their memories of Mullins with us today. WYMT's Macy Marie has more on that from the newsroom. Macy?
Steve, family members tell me Danny Ray Mullins loved his family and sports like basketball and cornhole. They say if they ever needed someone, Danny was always there. Loving, honest, and respectful. Those are just a few words used to describe the type of man he was. Danny's niece says he was reliable too. She shared a special memory of him from about a year ago with me, showing he was always there for her.
My 4-year-old locked herself in the bathroom. Well, she's in a panic, crying in the bathroom, and I'm in a panic. And I know the one person I could call would be Danny Ray. I called my granny and she called him. She said, Danny, Carly's locked in the bathroom and she's panicking, and so is Carlina. He said, I'm on my way. Well, he come running in the house.
The family tells me this story highlights how Danny was always there when they needed him, no matter the issue. Mullins' service started at 1 this afternoon and his visitation was last night. The family tells me hundreds showed up for the funeral and they wanted to thank everyone who attended. Mullins was laid to rest at Mountain View Memorial Gardens. Steve, the man accused of shooting Mullins, James McIntosh, pleaded not guilty today in court. We'll have more on that tonight at 6.
All right, Macy, thank you. The case of a Maryland woman killed after reportedly giving money to a panhandler drew national attention. Now, police say the woman's husband and stepdaughter are actually the ones responsible for her death. 54-year-old Jacqueline Smith was found stabbed last December. She later died from her injuries. Her husband, Keith Smith, and stepdaughter, Valeria Smith, claimed she was attacked after rolling down her car window to give money to a panhandler. But yesterday, authorities revealed a change in the investigation, saying their description of the incident had holes in it.
We now know that that was not true. Earlier this morning, after a lengthy investigation, 52-year-old Keith Smart and his daughter, 28-year-old Valeria Smith, were arrested in Harlingen, Texas, near the Mexican border.
Both Smiths were charged with first-degree murder. 5 people were arrested at what federal authorities say was a fentanyl and heroin mill operating out of a suburban home in Westchester County, New York. According to a DEA spokesperson, 5 kilograms of the synthetic opioid and 6 kilograms of heroin were seized, along with other paraphernalia, including cutting agents, grinders, and baggies. Investigators say that after processing, the drugs will be moved off-site for sale.
I was just looking at the house and he drove up and around, and I saw a whole bunch of policemen.
The DEA says they received cooperation from people in the neighborhood during the course of the investigation. Democrats in the House Judiciary Committee are expanding their investigations into President Donald Trump, issuing requests for documents to more than 70 individuals and organizations. House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler is issuing 81 document requests to individuals and entities connected to the president, including his oldest son, Donald Trump Jr., Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg, and other people at the White House and Department of Justice. President Trump railed against the Democrats during a conservative convention over the weekend.
There's no collusion, so now they go and morph into, let's inspect every deal he's ever done. We're going to go into his finances. We're going to check his deals. We're going to check. These people are sick. They're sick.
The White House says it has received the request for documents and its lawyers will review it and respond at the appropriate time. Former Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker has left the Department of Justice. Whitaker took over the Justice Department last year after President Trump pushed out Jeff Sessions. After Bill Barr was confirmed as Attorney General last month, Whitaker served as a counselor in the Associate Attorney General's office. Whitaker's last day with the DOJ was Saturday. Some Republican insiders in Washington say President Trump likes Whitaker, making him a potential candidate for Chief of Staff. Former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper is running for president. He made the announcement in a video titled Standing Tall. In it, he says he is running for president because, quote, we need dreamers in Washington, but we also need to get things done. Hickenlooper also took aim at President Trump, saying he is standing up, quote, he has stood up, quote, to a fair share of bullies in his lifetime. Hickenlooper served as Colorado's governor for 8 years before leaving office earlier this year. The field of Democrats running in 2020 now stands at 14 candidates. 3,000 teachers and staff in Oakland, California ended their strike. They were back in the classrooms today. Oakland's teachers union reached a tentative agreement with the school district last night, ending their 7-day strike. The deal gives teachers more pay and benefits, including an 11% raise and a one-time bonus. The agreement also keeps the district from going bankrupt and offers smaller classes and staff workloads. The contract runs through 2021 and was supported by 58% of teachers and staff. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Monday afternoon. The Dow closes down today more than 206 points. Straight ahead on First at 4, 90s heartthrob and star of Beverly Hills 90210, Luke Perry has died. We'll take a look back at his career.
And cooler air is here, but for how long? We'll break down that full forecast in just a few minutes.